I am Kade, and Jesus changed my life when I was lost, and he found me. Before Jesus, I felt so lost and just depressed. I didn't have anywhere to go in my life, and I just needed something to break that habit. I was definitely tied down by addictions to lust and just being prideful of myself and my accomplishments and not being very humble. Well, yeah, I was a pastor's kid, so I would go in and help my dad in church a lot, and I started hating it because I was just there constantly and just constantly doing this stuff. And I saw it more of a worldly thing where I'm wasting my time doing this when I could be out with friends or hanging out, just doing something else and not at the church working with my dad. I respected them a lot, but I also heard a lot of the dirt that I heard that was being said about them, and I really just wanted to get away from that and just hated it. It was definitely more gradual. I went on a couple missions trips, and I realized I was just like, I'm not walking with God right now, and just kind of took a step back, and that step back kind of just led me away from God more than anything. I was focused more on girls and just lust, and not focusing on God and what he was calling me to do. Two of my roommates, Miles Olafson and Ashton Schnazer, they were Christian men. They've been coming to Central for a while, and Miles, I run with him constantly. He talks about how he wants to use his services to show other people, not only like himself, but show the God that he has. Iron sharpens iron, and it helps each other. We help each other a lot. We help each other through just keeping positive about things and just helping each other grow in our faith. It's a good group to have. They read their Bibles pretty frequently, and they're talking about how they need to be more disciplined with their reading of the Bibles, and that made me think, okay, I should read my Bible a little bit more. So now I read 3 verses every night, and just before I go to bed. I wake up and I pray, and then I go about my day, and just it helps kind of guide me. I used to be super anxious before, and just constantly anxious at work and anything that I would do, and I've realized that I don't have those anxieties anymore. I've found a way to talk to God and help me relieve those anxieties. And my coach, he's been a big influence on my spiritual journey. He's kind of in the same boat as us. He's finding God continuously. He's helping us to find God, and he's leading us by a Christian example. He really punches home the idea of having a community based in Christ, and having a team that's based in Christ is really helpful. We rely very heavily in God, and when you're on the line before a track race or a cross-country meet, you're super anxious, and you pray before, and you have those other guys there with you, and you're praying with them. It helps relieve those anxieties and just helps you get ready and focused. I would say I was walking lost, and I really didn't know where I was heading. I was just kind of going with the flow and just no direction really. And after Jesus, I feel like I have direction in my life now and can kind of see a path in front of me.